This is the bad time for our screen to have a hole in it. It's blowing in pretty good. First big rain. What's up, guys? We are here at Sakrilan. Live's taking care of some of her business. And I'm going to wander around. Probably on the outside. Get some better light. Wander around and show you what they got in here. If you haven't already heard, a couple days ago, the government announced here that they will no longer have inter-province travel. It's prohibited, it's banned. You cannot travel from province to province starting on the, I believe it was the 7th actually. Now there are exceptions, and this is only going to last until the 20th, I should add. It's only supposed to be for 2 weeks, but more about that later. There are exceptions, emergency vehicles, police, ambulance. Of course, if you have an emergency that requires you to travel to a different province to take care of, you get an exemption for that. And from what I heard, and this is going to affect some people, especially those in Siem Reap who need to fly out of Phnom Penh, if you have an international flight and you can prove it, you can go, but that is going to have some complications. One, I believe you have to have, I've heard two things. One, I've heard that you have to get a certificate from the local Sangit office, the commune chief place, or the police station, to prove your emergency, or of course show them your flight ticket, and they will issue you a pass. Like, hey, you can show it to the checkpoint people and you can go. Somebody else said if you have a flight, she had no problem just showing it without a permission slip. She just showed her flight ticket at the checkpoint and they let her right in. So there's conflict on what actually needs to be done. But yeah, if you do have an international flight, you can travel. But the problem is going to be you need to take a private van or car, because buses and minivans are not going to be allowed, and only private vehicles with 4 people or less in each one are going to be allowed in. Now the problem comes with the driver. If the driver of the vehicle might be able to get in to take you to the airport or wherever, but if he doesn't have a reason to leave, if he doesn't have an exemption, he's not going to be able to get back. He's not going to be able to get back past that checkpoint to leave. So that's something else you'll have to consider, is that if you're going to be taking a private vehicle, you'll have to tell your driver, be sure that he gets the proper permissions also, otherwise he's going to be stuck there, then he's going to blame you. Of course, if you're on an international flight when that happens, nothing he'll be able to do to you, but still, that would be a pretty crappy thing. So yeah, from now until the 20th, you can't travel outside of the province you are in. And I said that's until the 20th, but a lot of things here, I think you already know. Like the schools were supposed to open earlier this week. That was the announced date, and they delayed that. They put that off. A lot of things I think are just guidelines. So you can't, I don't really think you can go by the end date of these things. They're going to check it out, see what's going on, see how the situation is and how it's progressed, and then make their determination on whether it needs to be extended or not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So I wouldn't hold that date of the 20th as certainty. Don't put that in cement. So far, no official policy on a curfew in Siem Reap as there is in Phnom Penh, but there have been grumblings that they expect one to be in effect soon. This is actually pretty good for you guys. Those of you who have been suffering through this shutdowns and lockdowns wherever you live, I know there's a lot of you. I know some of them have been really, really strict. But this should be pretty good for you because, you know, I've been sitting over here telling you, hey, it's been pretty relaxed, pretty easy, nothing to worry about. And then now it looks like we're going to get hit with some of those. But I've also always said several times that I do feel for you. I understand. I've considered myself lucky. But your luck can only take you so far. COVID does not discriminate. So we're feeling some of the pinch. We're feeling some of the restrictions. We're feeling some of the non-love because of the situation. But that's okay. Like I said, we're all in the same boat together. And hopefully yours, wherever you are, will be getting better soon. And not worse. We can kind of have a reversal of a fortune thing going on. I'll be living in a lockdown, not being able to travel, and you'll be able to move freely. You can rub it in a little bit. Get your vengeance. People like that sort of thing. Alright. See if Sang Lai's done here. Nope, she's still not done. I'll talk to you guys later. Alrighty. She's still not done, so let's go over here and look at shoes and purses. Shoes and purses. Nothing for me, but Sang Lai would like them, that sort of thing. More purses, more shoes. Supposed to be that section. Hey, also, if you guys want to relive with me some of the most embarrassing moments of my younger life, my youth, all true stories, come make fun of me, at me, with me. In my last video on Laughing on the Inside, the link for that is down below, my other channel. I talk about some very painful youth experiences where I was shamed for different things. I'll tell you what those were, why I got held back in kindergarten. That's right, you're going to find that out if you go there and listen. Otherwise, you're never going to know, and you'll be beating yourself up for the rest of your life. So go ahead, check that out. Subscribe down below. There's not going to be, of course, my New Year again this year, and that greatly disappoints me. As I've said before, it is my favorite holiday here. It's always been a lot of fun. Well, the first 2 years, the last 2 years, you know, because of the Rona, didn't get to. They don't do much. No parties, no celebrations, no water gun fights in the streets, no big parades. I do like it though. I like it a lot. It's always a lot of fun. Great time, and I wish it would come back, but I understand why it won't. So, I mean, nothing we can do about it really. But it looks like everything's going to be closed again, and they'll probably have some kind of mini celebration like they did last year at a later date. But of course, we live in an age now where things are going to get canceled, and I'm not talking about just cancel culture. But I am happy to see that some people have been able to go to concerts again, and comedy clubs are opening at like a third capacity or something. In case you missed that story, Jerry Seinfeld made a return to the Gotham Comedy Club in New York. They got to open at a third capacity with different safety guidelines. And they said, of course, you can have the first show at 7 o'clock on opening night, because you ever have that chance to get, you know, one of the greatest of all times on stage, yeah, you take it. Get those butts in the seats. So I'm glad to see things are slowly starting to open back up. I think one of the reasons why Cambodia has to take extra caution for every outbreak, even if it's a centralized outbreak in a certain area is because they just don't have the healthcare facilities or the doctors or the knowledge or the money to take care of a countrywide spread virus like COVID-19. Like something like that could really, devastate the country more than just economically as it has already because of no tourism. But I mean, it could do a lot more damage here with a few people that live here than it could elsewhere who have resources to try to curb it and take care of it. So when something happens like an outbreak, they have to take extra precautions because it could quickly decimate a country of this size fairly fast. Were it to be open and free and just do whatever you want, go wherever you want, don't worry about masks, don't worry about anything else. And nobody wants that. I know sometimes when I post things about, hey, these things are happening, these restrictions, these lockdowns, some people will get upset. They're like, oh my God, that sounds horrible over there. But nah, it's been like that everywhere. And like I said, for a country that could not handle a wide, the pandemic happening here at a widespread level, it's actually a very smart idea for them to take those extra precautions. Doesn't make life more inconvenient sometimes, yeah, but we're talking about people's lives, so I'm not worried about being inconvenienced. What do we got here? Yeah, it looks like peanut butter and jelly. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I hope if you're somebody who's never been here and don't understand quite that the healthcare system here is not the greatest in the world, that minor things, they can handle with ease. But something on a widespread level or something more serious, most people will just opt to leave the country and go to Thailand and get it taken care of there because they might not know how to do procedures here. They might not know how to diagnose some things. They might not know how to operate on some things. So dealing with a worldwide virus causing a pandemic, yeah, if it's handled the wrong way, it would be devastating. Better to take those extra precautions. Inconvenience me, I don't care. I'll sit in my apartment watching YouTube, making my videos on my other channel. That's fine. But I'd rather not have anything happen to people here. If that makes sense. And it probably doesn't because I rarely do. Yeah, but as you can see, Kralan Market here, there's closed for 2 weeks. It just reopened. This is where the outbreak happened at one of the clinics here, which is why they shut it down. Apparently really this is like nothing. This whole area right here that you see would be full. I mean, jam-packed. Carts, food carts, vendors, motorcycles, motorbikes everywhere, but as you can see, it's tame. It's not so I think some of the vendors are waiting some extra time not to come back. And it's good to see that other people are taking precautions and maybe saying, if I don't need to go, I'm not going to go. So that's all good, I guess. Alright, well, I'm waiting for my coffee before we hop on the old green monster there. And take off back home. I want to remind you guys to check out all my links down below. If you want to help us support what we do here, it's always appreciated. Links down there to my PayPal, buy me a coffee, or you can join my Patreon. Every donation gets my sincere appreciation. You get a copy of my book, you'll get exclusive videos, first look videos, and more. Also down below are links to my social media. My other channel is down below. Be sure to check that out if you want to find out more about me on a personal, comedic level. Links to other channels, vlogging in Cambodia. Those are awesome. Those are great. They are all down below as well. Don't forget to check them out. And there's some other stuff down there. Just scroll through. You might find something you like. Alright. From Sakrilan. Before it starts raining again. Oh yeah, it's been raining the last couple days. Rainy season came early. So yay. Cool things down. Keeps the dust at bay. And it's good. It rained earlier today. It's going to rain again. That's a good thing. Alright. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.